The third part that you talk about is being consistently seen by the right people.
Mhm.
What does that mean? If I'm a consultant, I've got my business, what does that mean?
If I put it into the context of LinkedIn, because I see this all the time, people, at least once a week, you'll see somebody on LinkedIn announce to the world that they're starting a new venture on their own.
Yeah.
And there's the big fanfare, and all of their ex-colleagues come out and give thumbs up on their posts, and it's fantastic. But the problem with it is what most people do is they copy what they see. That's human nature. We all copy what we can see. And so if you take
Or
link,
what ChatGPT gave us.
yeah,
Hmm.
um, more on that on another episode. Um,
Yes.
what most people do is they look at LinkedIn and they see this abundance of content. They see an abundance of consultants writing clever things, and they think that's how clients are created. And so what I see happen is most new consultants start out by creating 5 pieces of content a week, and they believe that clients will come off the back of that. Fun facts and a genuine spoiler alert: clients do not come from content.
Hmm.
It's not what it's not its purpose, and it's not whether your content's good, bad, or indifferent. It's not whether the algorithm loves or hates you. It's just not what happens. It doesn't work like that. What
Why is
people
that, Dan? Is that because we've talked a lot about the people who actually buy from you. Is
Mhm.
it because they're simply not reading it, or because the message is wrong? Like,
we
what's
don't.
behind that?
It's it, LinkedIn is a platform full of well-written nursery rhymes, and I say that because I create them on a daily basis.
Hmm.
1,000 characters is the sweet spot for a piece of content to perform well. You're not going to write War and Peace in 1,000 characters. You're definitely not going to demonstrate professional credibility in 1,000 characters. So the thought that 1,000 characters could unlock an opportunity to use your 300 to 500,000 pound consulting gig, it's never going to happen.
Hmm. Hmm.
But because you can't see what else goes on behind the scenes. So if I look at when I talk about structure and discipline and I actually refer to them as micro habits, it's born of me saying to people, talk to me about your day as a consultant without clients. What are you actually doing? And I hear it, I write a bit of content, I might connect to a few people, I might send a few messages, and it's all a little bit like
Hmm.
fireworks going off. That's back to that sort of abundance of flexibility and freedom equating to chaos. I said, well, you've got to understand your LinkedIn profile is your shop window, not your digital CV. It's there to serve a purpose. It's there to grab hold of your ideal customer and make them see that you are worth talking to. And it will do that. And I give a lot away on this session. Banner, headline, about section has to talk to them, not you. It's not a dumping ground for job titles. It's not a place to try and be smart. It's a place just to show that you know what they're going through. If that's right, your content will drive people towards your profile will drive people towards you. But in order to make that work, you have to you have to build your network intently. There has to be purpose behind it. It's not a numbers game anymore. The era of land grabbing followers died on LinkedIn. It died 2 years ago. It was quite recent. Today, all I want inside my network is potential ideal customers, peer group, and a few relevant what I call tribe. They're the weird and wonderful folk that support everything that you do and you get on well with them, but you'll probably never sell them anything. Everybody else I don't want in my network because it doesn't serve a purpose. It dilutes the overall effect. And so for me, every single day we talk about, discipline and habit and structure. Every single day I am finding a number of relevant people to add into my network. And that's great. But then I say to people, okay, let's say for argument's sake, you've got a network of 6,000 people. Now what? Oh, well, it
Hmm.
doesn't matter because I've got 6,000 people and they're all reading my content. No, they're not.
Hmm.
Less than 20% of your network sees any of your content, yet alone all of it. So what are you doing? Well, I don't know now is normally the answer. And so, well, look, here's a strange idea. You reached out to these people, you connected to them, they accepted your connection request, which means fact one, they don't think that you're an arsehole.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But now you've ignored them completely. That's the equivalent of walking up to somebody in a networking event, shaking their hand, saying your name, and then wandering off. You're not gonna create business. So for me, every single day, I'm starting conversations with the people that accepted my connection request yesterday, or the people that connected to me yesterday. And there begins that process of recognizing that the thing you do over here creates a conversation, creates a meeting, creates a client. And if you have got all of the right components in place, you can do that on repeat, regardless of whether you're working or you're not working. The only thing that ever changes inside my model is the scale of the model. If I lost all of my clients and I was sat staring at a potential 0 month, then the front end of that process would be big. I would be using the maximum number of connection requests that I was
I
allowed
see what
week
you
to
mean.
week,
Yeah, yeah,
because the it's a funnel, right? People at the
yeah.
top have to work their way through. If if I'm at capacity, then I'm sending out far less because I can't actually keep up with the demand that it creates downstream. And so it becomes quite a fluid model based on what I'm trying to achieve. Am I trying to maintain visibility, or am I trying to win clients? Where am I sat in that journey? Does that make sense?
So yeah, it does completely. And a few things. Yeah, 'twas ever thus, wasn't it? That vanity metrics are pointless.
Yeah.
And so, people kind of go, how many likes did my piece of content get? And, it's nice, but it doesn't mean anything. And I think you very eloquently put that it's okay to be much more focused, look at the right things and create those connections and have proper conversations. That's way more meaningful. And I
Yeah.
know that when you work with your clients, and we won't go through it today because it's part of your secret sauce, but when you work through them, you describe what that machine looks like and what the valve is that you open up and close at the beginning to make sure that that content flows through.
Yeah. So a couple of points there. In terms of the program itself, over 10 weeks, there are 3 weeks of foundational work. So ideal customer profile, products and services, LinkedIn profile. Then we move into demand generation, which is all about habit stacking. I want people to get to a point where they walk into their office on a Monday morning, they know exactly what they need to be doing Monday through Friday in order to create success.
Yeah.
And that's all I ask of my clients. And I'm quite, this isn't a program for everybody. It's a program for people that want to move and want to get this done. And so one of the agreements is I'm going to show you exactly what this looks like. I need commitment from you that you are going to execute that model, because if you don't, I can't guarantee your success. So
Yeah.
that's that side of the equation. On the whole vanity metrics, I find it quite intriguing that people look at LinkedIn content and think that it's revenue generating.
Mm,
Look, I understand why YouTube, as an example, is as popular for content creation. For starters, YouTube themselves pay you. And so if you take someone like Angry Ginge, recently more famous than normal, um, millions of views on every single one of his videos creates an income stream for him, and a good income stream at that. But that's
yep.
not what LinkedIn doesn't pay per view. And so for me, it's about really understanding what an impression is. So everyone bangs on about, my post got X number of impressions. And I go, that's not even views. An impression is simply the number of times that LinkedIn put your content on a feed. Doesn't mean it was seen, doesn't mean it was even on screen. It was on the feed. It could have been seen. And
So
so,
it was available for somebody to at least scroll past. But
yes.
even then, they may not have stopped on your content and consumed it.
Yeah.
And
Now,
they may not have picked up their device today. Therefore, that impression is valueless.
it's a valueless impression. Exactly.
Yep.
So for me, impressions, they're inconsistent. They're not always accurate. There's no correlation between impressions and clients or impressions and conversations. And in fact, if I take my highest performing post of all time, which I think got, as of today, has probably got somewhere in the region of 2 million plus impressions, it
Wow.
did not create a single client,
Right.
because there's a strange reverse logic here. If your post achieved ridiculous, pseudo virality, the chances are it was broad, non-specific, and appealed to the masses.
Got it.
The posts that are most likely to create the opportunity to create a client are hyper specific. I love it when somebody drops into my DMs and says, that post you wrote this morning, it felt like a personal attack.
It was me. Yeah.
You just described my last week. And
Yeah.
that for me is perfect because I look at it, I can look back at the post and go, I know exactly what you're going through, and here's the conversation. But a post that's got, 10,000 thumbs up emoji, great post, Dan, spreading all around the world. You can't even mine that post for information to see whether there was anybody relevant in it.
Yeah.
Once you get past about 1,000 likes and comments, it's impossible to mine. So for me, the post that I like the best, and it sounds really sad and nerdy, I like the posts that get like 20
One.
likes.
Yeah,
So I
exactly.
can scroll the list and I go, I know who you are because I saw you yesterday liking this and the day before liking this. Let's have a chat.
Yeah. Yeah.